What is up, guys? Welcome back to yet another brand new Major Ben gaming video. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day as always. Just a bit of a personal update. I've been pretty ill recently, so I'm sorry I haven't posted as much as I normally would be. I'm still not feeling great, to be honest. I got food poisoning and it just sucks. You guys don't need to know any more further details. It's not pleasant. So we won't go into all that, but I'm still not feeling that great. But I wanted to make a video on this because it's something that's been an update recently, and I like to show you guys on the channel what's going on in the world of gaming, the things I'm excited about, and the things that are coming out soon that you should be excited about. So it's a Switch 2 rumor. MobaPad, which is a Nintendo Switch accessory manufacturer, has published details regarding the Switch 2 on their Bilibili page. Sure. While nothing should be taken as truth at present until it is officially unveiled by Nintendo, the accessory manufacturer says that the Nintendo Switch 2 features a 1080p screen with a dock capable of a 4K output, new Joy-Con buttons, and is, of course, backwards compatible with Nintendo Switch games. So here's the full details. Let's go into it now. But obviously, as it says there, take this with a grain of salt. I'm just talking about it because I like to just keep people updated. I enjoy talking about this stuff on my channel. I like speculating about this stuff. It's interesting. We all do, otherwise you wouldn't have clicked on the video. Because I know when you do a rumors video about PS5 Pro or Switch 2 or the next gen Xbox or whatever it is, people get a little bit upset. Like, oh, just wait. It's like, well, people are allowed to speculate and enjoy listening to the rumors, because more often than not, many of the rumors become true. There was many things that leaked about the next gen systems way before we saw them, and a lot of them come true. So it's nice to speculate, it's nice to talk about, and it's interesting to just make a video on this. I enjoy it. Anyway, number one, the Bluetooth chip of the Switch 2 still supports existing Joy-Con and Pro controllers and still features HD vibration, ALPS dual axis linear motor. Now that's interesting because it says the Bluetooth chip supports it. Everybody else I've seen make videos on this seem to think that that means they're just compatible and that the Joy-Cons will just clip on the side of the Switch 2. That's not necessarily guaranteed. It says the Bluetooth chip's compatible with the existing Joy-Cons, which means you can use them with the Switch 2, but it doesn't necessarily mean they do clip onto the side, and we'll get more into that in a second. Switch 2 has backwards compatibility with Switch 1 cartridges, but Switch 2 cartridges will be different and won't fit on the Switch 1. Now, this is pretty much a given. I mean, it's not a given. I'm very glad they're going to be supporting, if this is true, I'm extremely glad they're going to be supporting the previous games. All the big libraries people have built up on Switch 1 absolutely should be carried across to Switch 2, because there's some amazing games, and it also just is game preservation. We like game preservation. It's great. We can carry on playing the great games that we've got now and carry them forward, hopefully with some sort of enhancements as well with certain games. I hope Nintendo go back and enhance some games like I know PlayStation will with their PS5 Pro. Switch 2 cartridges won't obviously fit with Switch 1. I imagine they wouldn't play anyway, even if they did fit, but I imagine it's going to be like a 3DS situation where you have the little extra tag so it stops them actually fitting in the Switch 1. I imagine that's what the sort of thing it will do. The new Joy-Cons are larger and are magnetically attached to the console with electromagnetics. The SL and SR buttons are metallic now, and there's a new button behind each Joy-Con location where the button is. So let's just click on this and have a little look there. So I imagine that's going to be like your back paddles kind of thing, and a new button below the home button on the right Joy-Con. Let's have a look. So there, no idea what that's going to do. It just says there's an extra button there. So who knows? Maybe it's a streaming button. Probably not. I don't know. But we've already got a screenshot button. We've already got a screen record button. But this ties into the kind of first point. The Joy-Cons are larger and are magnetically attached. This is why I think they put the Bluetooth chip of the Switch 2 supports existing controllers, but it doesn't necessarily mean you can use the current controllers with this. But I like that they're going to have some sort of back paddle controller. That's good, because the competition, which at the end of the day is the Steam Deck, is the ROG Ally. It is those things. The Asus, the Lenovo Legion Go, they have multiple back paddles on their systems, and it's good that Nintendo are at least going to include something here. And yeah, I'm interested to see what that's going to be like, and I'm interested to see what this other button's going to do, because odd. Anyway, the dock still has a USB-C port and will also support 4K image output. This is good news. I think everybody can agree 1080p in 2020 4 as a maximum output is just not okay, and that's for various different things. That's whether you're playing games. Some games can absolutely run above 4K even on a Steam Deck powered system, so I'd like to think the Switch with optimization specific for that hardware will definitely achieve 4K or above 1080p in various games, especially with the NVIDIA upscaling this chip will have in it. A new kickstand is also has a dampening bracket on the back for improved angle adjustment. That's good, all nice things. The screen is bigger, up to 8 inches, and the resolution is upgraded to 1080p. Now that's very, very huge because, I mean, to be honest, the screen is great on the OLED. I think this isn't going to be an OLED screen, but I think upgrading it to 1080p is just going to give it that extra sharpness that we've seen from other PC handheld devices. And the fact that, again, these games are going to be optimized for this screen is great news. This also ties into the upscaling, because obviously the Switch 2 isn't going to be able to run everything at native 1080p. It can't. PS5 can't even do that, right? And this isn't going to be as powerful as that by any means. It's great that they're going to be able to upscale stuff from its native perhaps 720p and then upscale to 1080p or whatever. We've even seen some Series S games go from 540p and be upscaled to 1080p, so that's possible, and doing that on a handheld 8-inch screen is not going to look anywhere near as bad as doing that with a Series S on a big 4K display. Obviously the Switch is going to need to do it on a 4K TV as well, but I don't know, from a Switch handheld, you kind of expect it not necessarily to look as good as something like an Xbox Series S, because it's a Switch. Like, you know, you've got this tablet thing, you're just docking it. Like, you understand when it's not running games really nice on a big TV. It's more understandable, but I'm just pleased with getting this 4K image output. Genuinely, I think a lot of people will be extremely happy with this. I actually looked on a thread on Reddit that got suggested to me the other day, where there are a large group of people who actually play Switch as their primary console, and that's the only platform they own. Like, whether it's to do with cost as a reason they can't, or there's so many games on the Switch that they just have such a big backlog they don't feel the need to go out and purchase another system. People do use this as an exclusive system. That's it. This is what they own. This is where they play games. And I think this is going to actually enable more people to do that, especially if we do start getting these day and date Switch versions of games. I don't want to see with this system, and I think this would be the big downfall for me personally, another time where we're getting stuff like Hogwarts Legacy. Not only is it significantly downgraded, but we're getting it so much later, or like a decent amount of time later, or the same with all the other titles that did eventually come to Switch. They were always very far down the line from the original launch PC, PlayStation, Xbox launches, that it's just like, it's disappointing. Like, I understand why for this Switch, but I'm hoping going forward this next Switch 2 is going to be similar in power to, obviously I know it's not going to be the same as a Series S, but close enough that it can just be downscaled at least, and then we can at least get a version for this system. So I'm going to leave it at that. I think that's enough to cover here. There's some decent stuff in this. I hope a lot of this stuff is true. I think a 1080p display would be lovely. I think an 8-inch screen would be nice. And I think 4K output on the dock. I think what more did people really want? I think that ticks all the boxes. I think that's exactly what Nintendo needed to do. They're not doing anything quirky. They're keeping the Joy-Con designs, which are fantastic, enabling you to play with multiple people. I like all of this. I'm actually really happy with what Nintendo's done here. I understand why it's taken them so long to do this, because they are very worried about this next console. I think Nintendo are genuinely worried about the next system, because when you have a system that is available on the market that just works already, people just selling them the same thing again that isn't that much different, and you're just trying to sell a graphical upgrade to people, is much harder than going from like what they did with the Wii U to the Switch. It's very different. Selling this again is going to be harder for them, and it's just graphical upgrades here, very similar stuff, additional buttons, but I think it's going to be great for the hardcore gamer like myself who just wants to play games and enjoy a handheld system. This is going to be great, and I'm interested to do comparisons, and we will do comparisons to the Steam Deck OLED and various other devices in the PC market. We'll do comparisons on the channel when this comes out. I can't wait for this system. I'm very excited. But anyway, that's it for this video. Leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in future videos. I'll let you know if there's any further updates. Thank you for watching. Bye bye for now.